Hello everybody, this is MV broadcasting from the United Kingdom in Wales. A bit of a special one today from me, no baseball for me just yet. Historically I've done a lot of baseball, some cricket occasionally, but today is one of my games that or sports that I love, have a passion for, and I do consider myself a bit of a historian on this one. That's soccer. At the moment, there are 3 games I've played. Historically I've always played Football Manager, and I've been playing that since 1992, 93. I think I had the very first game. And that game, I saw advertised in a magazine. And funny enough, it had the same sort of fonts design in the magazine picture that I noticed from a game called Tony La Russa, an American game for baseball. It attracted me even then. So I went on a journey with Football Manager, which continues to this day. However, I've rekindled my hobby of tabletop sports, which I used to have many years ago, and partnered up or made a lot of friends with some of my North American buddies specifically, with baseball, American football. I realized I wasn't the only person that loved these games to the depth that I do. So, and then a whole community around the world has opened up now. So I've been inspired by people like Al Red Sox fan, who is a wonderful person. Please check out his channel. So many people. King Iggy Boo is another one that comes to mind. And I've met so many wonderful people in the community. I just showed off different games, but I've always wondered, when am I going to get show my sport? Well, classic soccer has been around as a tabletop game for a while. Headed Go was its predecessor, which I've also done a stream on many years ago. So today I'm highlighting classic soccer. And it's just a couple of months after I started playing Soccer Blast tabletop, which is outstanding, I have to say. But I thought classic soccer is a game I've had on my mind for a long time, so let me give it a shot. And after much deliberation, I decided to go all in and buy not just the basic game, but a couple of seasons as well, which come with the game. So this is my first attempt at a classic soccer stream. So as you can see on screen, so I'm just going to take you what you need to know. I don't know the ins and outs of everything at the moment, but I can work out what it's trying to do, and then I'll do some research later. But I do have knowledge of the players, so let's see how that works. So this will be about an hour-long stream, so please come back to it if you need to. So on screen at the moment, I bought the set, a wonderful set of the Champions League, not just Champions League, but it's got a Champions League trophy, which is a mixture of the European Cup and its rebranding, which is the Champions League. But it doesn't just have the winners in it, in these 4 sets. It has runners-up, but sometimes it has, I've noticed, semi-finalists or people that didn't even get a chance to play. And I'll go to set 4, I think, for that. You could play friendly matches, so you can play international teams or domestics in friendlies. You can play tournaments, if you come down here to create, round robin leagues, tournaments, knockout competitions, the same with international. So that's opened up a whole raft of opportunities. I could play, for example, a team in 1958 versus a team in 1970, or a team in 2002 versus a team in 1990. So for England, for example, Paul Gascoigne's England 1990 could play against, I don't know, Zinedine Zidane's France of 1998. There are many other sets they have. They have Premier League sets, Serie A sets, Spanish League, La Liga sets. But these are the more, what I call world sets. I've only bought a few of the World Cup sets. So 1930, 1934, 1938, and 1950 are missing. I thought I'd get those another time. And some of the more modern sets, like 2006 onwards, are missing as well. But eventually I will capture those. So I thought to myself, I really would love to get it. So once you get the game downloaded, you go to install, and then you install whichever ones you bought. These are the ones I bought, and they appear on screen. That wasn't obvious to me when I first bought it. I thought, well, I've got them. Where are they? And someone said, just press install. You can get pictures as well, graphical pictures to get the flags and the logos. And if you want to get the individual player pictures, you can go to Sports Replay, the famous site, Sports Replay, I think it's called, and at the bottom right-hand corner, where it has headed goal pictures, you'll see the pictures, 19,000 pictures for players. So that's the introduction to classic soccer. From what I've seen, at first it was unattractive on my eye, because obviously I play Football Manager where you can see the players. This one is represented kind of a hybrid between the original circle system that you have for Football Manager, which was once classic, which was once Championship Manager. But you kind of get the idea. All right, let's get into it. So I'm going to play a little friendly match. Just delete what was there before. The game, I forget who was made by, but I definitely know the program is done by Richard Hanna. So I'm very familiar with his games, such as Second and 10, Time Travel Tennis. It has the same feel. So I'm going to do a little domestic match. The neutral ground doesn't really matter, the title doesn't matter to me. But I will play teams that I'm familiar with. So let's choose from my international pool, that's what I want. But as I said, add international. And I'll play a little, let's see. And in 1978. 78 was my World Cup. I was about 11 or 12. And I can remember it vividly. It's kind of the age you do remember your sports. I do remember little bits of 74. But I was probably collecting the soccer stamps. You get a stamp book. I do remember that, because I remember playing as Holland. That's when Holland came into my mindset. I won't play as Holland in this one. I'll play as Argentina, who won the tournament. And we're going to play against Scotland. Scotland 78. I'm laughing a little bit, because Scotland 78 thought they were going to win the World Cup, with a man called Ali MacLeod as their manager's coach. And it was said afterwards, after the disaster that they had, was that Mickey Mouse was wearing an Ali MacLeod watch. I've had great fun with that joke over the years. So it's played on a neutral ground. We'll have extra time. We'll have penalties. We won't do golden goal and silver goal, which I won't go into right now. We'll have some substitutions. As my phone gets... People are trying to text me when they don't realise I'm off today. 1 second, I'll just switch that off. So yes, long and short, in fact I won't use Argentina because I think they're too strong for Scotland. There was a famous game between Peru and Scotland in 1978. So let's do that. They were in the same group, so we'll do that. We'll do... So there's my set of subs. Now, one thing the game doesn't do very well, by the way, is substitute during the game. It does do a couple, but not enough, in my opinion. But here we go. So we're going to press play. We're going to set up both teams. We can do auto. We will eventually do AI control, but I'll leave it for now. And here we go. So the first screen that comes up is Peru. I don't understand all of these stats, but some of them are kind of logical. That's the formation they're playing, 4-4-2. I don't see the photos for some strange reason. Oh, it doesn't come up here, I don't think. Power, formation. Power is an overall indication of the team's strength, so obviously it's close to 100, it's outstanding. Peru had an interesting team in 78. They didn't qualify in 74, but they did qualify in 1970, and they had some really good players I do remember. I used to do a lot of editing for Pez under the name of Electric Trigger, and so I do remember many of these players from my memory and from my editing days, which is about 15 to 20 years ago. But let's have a quick look at their players. Formations 4-4-2, 4 defenders, 4 midfielders, 2 attackers. Okay? You can change the formation like this. 5 defenders, 4 midfielder. I've never heard of a 5-4-1-D. Oops. Let's go back again. Yeah, so you can change them around and you press confirm and it goes to the next team screen. I don't know what these mean yet, but I will do. These are all to do with charts. It doesn't actually come in the handbook. I don't know that I've seen yet anyway. But anyway, some of it's straightforward. There's a goalkeeper, Ramon Quiroga, a very interesting character in his own right. Born in Argentina, and if you read up about the 1978 World Cup, you will understand why Ramon Quiroga has gone down in soccer infamy. The great defender they have in the defence, D's, is Hector Chumpitas. Just looking at the stats, it kind of gives me the rating defensively. There you go. He's a 4 out of 5. Work rate's a 4 out of 5, so I can already tell he's good. But they've got him at left back. He was actually a centre half. So sometimes you have to look at these things and think, are they in the right position? I know this is his position. It says DL, but I know it's a centre half. I can change that if I go in and edit the position if I'm playing a World Cup. It's a friendly, but he should be here. Okay, in a tournament it will roll for injuries as well, just so you know. So he's a star in defence, Hector Chumpitas. There's a keep button here, which I think is to do with dribbling or overall control. And you can kind of tell the overalls based on long pass, short passing, and I guess this is dribbling, some level of dribbling. Shots, you can see that Teofilo Cubillas must be a great shot. So it gives you some indicator of how good they are with shooting, but I haven't quite worked out everything. I'm just doing this via what I can tell and my knowledge of the player. So Jose Velasquez was a very good defensive-minded midfielder. Cueto was an outstanding dribbler, passer. That should be reflected in his ratings. So I guess this is the 88 stuff. Yeah. I do this, like I said, based on my knowledge of the player rather than understanding the ratings and the dice rolls, but I get an understanding. The higher the number, the better the player, obviously. Teofilo Cubillas came into being in the 1970 World Cup as a young man, and he came back in 74 and 82. But he had an outstanding 1978 World Cup. Juan Muñante was a very rapid right winger, so here he is, right midfielder. And Oblitas was a very good left-sided midfielder, generally speaking. So I'm assuming the researchers for this game said Peru play 4-4-2. I do remember Oblitas playing more left wing, Cubillas probably being in the centre, so probably more of a, let's try this one, 4-3-3. So you can move it around as I've just done, just by clicking on Muñante, putting him here. This is more like it. La Rosa in the centre, Oblitas on the left. They would have had some steel in the midfield. Let's see, this is probably going to look something like... Just playing around with it, so just ignore me for a moment or two. Probably looks more like this. And let's see if that changes anything. That's more like it, because Velasquez was more defensive. Cueto and Cubillas were more attacking. So that's more their formation. Okay. Anybody on the bench? So you look at the ST percentage. I'm only imagining that that means stamina. At the moment, I can't think of anything else. Must mean stamina. So Cueto and Teofilo Cubillas played a lot of games. So did Duarte and Chumpitas. Okay, whereas Velasquez is someone who would lose his stamina over time. I guess he would lose some rating somewhere, as will La Rosa. Now, again, using my knowledge of the game, of just looking at the letters, I imagine that's some stamina. But the sub-percentage, I think that's the effect they have on the team when they come into the game. That's my understanding. Of which, on the bench, there's a very good player, looking at his ratings, Hugo Sotil, who played in 1970. He came back in 78. And Hugo Sotil would have been playing for Barcelona in 1974. So by 78, I'm not sure where he would have been. But he's another name I remember from history, Hugo Sotil. So they've represented him relatively well. So we move on. Press confirm. We're at 4-1-2-3. And we're going to confirm. So we go to Scotland. So the Scots have a very interesting story. If you Google or YouTube Scotland 78, there's a wonderful documentary. There's been books written about this team. To cut a long story short, they must have played well in their qualifying rounds. On the way to the World Cup behind their manager Alan McLeod. And like I said, it all went to shit. Excuse my language. It went to crap in the actual World Cup itself. So a lot of these players played in what is now called the English Premier League, and at the time was the English First Division. One or two, I think, played in the Scottish First Division or Premier League as it is. So again, you can look at the players again. You can kind of work out, looking at the stamina ratings, who the best players were. Joe Jordan played for. Let's just quickly go through them very quickly. Remember, Alan Rough is probably seen as these days a disaster, but I'm sure he was a good keeper. But he just had some bad World Cups. Kenny Burns played for Nottingham Forest, played centre half. So I don't believe some of these positions are quite right. I'm pretty sure he played centre half. He started off at Birmingham, played for Nottingham Forest, won 2 Champions Leagues with Nottingham Forest. Martin Buchan played for Manchester United at that point. Bruce Rioch also played, I think, for Derby County. Stuart Kennedy played for Aberdeen, and so on and so forth. But I do believe this is wrong, positionally, from my memory. But anyway, these are the players that play. Sandy Jardine is a very legendary player for Rangers. Willie Donachie was probably one of the best left-backs in English football. Was a right-footed left-back. So I'm going to play him. So the Kenny Burns. Trying to make it as close to what I remember. There's Graham Souness. Anyone who knows soccer knows who Graham Souness is. Very arrogant player, great player. And actually, they used him too late in the 78 World Cup. There's some players. Here's Willie Johnston, another famous player from his team. Was actually sent home for taking illegal substances. Very controversial. That's why you've got to watch the video on 78 Scotland. It's full of stories. You have the great Kenny Dalglish, who played for Liverpool up front. Archie Gemmill, who scored. This is why you've got to watch the video. So it's full of disaster and triumph. Probably scored one of the greatest World Cup goals of all time in this World Cup. Archie Gemmill played for Derby and played for Nottingham Forest. Asa Hartford played for West Brom and Man City. Don Masson, from my memory, played for QPR. And these are all good players in their own right. But again, you can judge them by looking at their dribbling ratings and their defensive ratings. That's why I moved Kenny Burns. He's very good. But I'm sure Willie Donachie played left back. I could be wrong. So you can see the ratings there. There's the work rate in midfield. Nobody particularly defensive midfielder, but except for Souness. See, Souness has a 3 defense, 5 work rate, 1 free kick. So if I were them, I would have put Souness in midfield. Yeah, that will bump up Scotland much better now. But Souness did not play on the left. He played centre midfield. So that's kind of the lineup. Up front, Joe Jordan's quite a tough. He had a lot of height. I don't think heading's rated this game, unlike Soccer Blast, where it is. And then you've got Kenny Dalglish, the great Kenny Dalglish. I used to hate him as a kid because I was a Man United supporter. And King Kenny, as they call him in Liverpool, was the king of Liverpool and Celtic. He was a Celtic player who moved to Liverpool by 78. He was playing for Liverpool. I think that was his first season. I'm just going to check if anyone is actually in the chat who wants to know something. A lot of my North American friends are at work or at lunch, or can't be asked to watch this. So we shall continue. Like I said, I intend to do lots of these over time. So that's it. Scotland's set up. Tactically, I don't think there's anything else you can do. So let's press continue. So there's the pictures. Now Scotland take the field. So that's going to be interesting to see what effect Souness has. He does lose stamina because he's only played in the 3rd game, if I remember correctly. But it's a good team. There's the formation now with Peru. So this is all looking good. There's the subs. There's the substitutes there as well. This is for if you want to change the colour on screen. It's blue versus white. That's fine. And now we kick off with the ball. So before I get any further, if I was playing head to head, you click that. That's AI control. AI control. One more thing, I use this button to auto view. I kick off, I'll do a little bit of commentary. So we kick off here this friendly match. First one on my channel. As a battle on the right hand side as Archie Gamble goes down the right. Keeps the ball. Dribbles inside. This is what he did in the real World Cup. Shoots. Gamble with a shot. Just wide. Quiroga kicks off for Peru. Dalglish drops back into the Scottish half. Dalglish will carry the ball. Good tackle by Velasquez. Playing that defensive midfield. Out to Manzo for Peru. He brings it forward. And a foul on the edge of the box as Martin Buchan fouls him. And Cubillas with a shot. There's Cueto with the corner. Here comes Velasquez. So the early running with Peru. Long kick downfield. And Kennedy picks it up, but Duarte dispossesses him. Out right to Mayente. Mayente looking forward to Cubillas. Cubillas causing trouble early. Cubillas with a shot. Oh. Deflects off Donachie. There's Duarte. Headed away by Buchan. Velasquez. Out to Cubillas. Cubillas on the ball a lot. Cubillas again with a curving shot. And it's a goal! Just like in real life, actually. I think Scotland went ahead 1-0 in real life. But Cubillas was a star in that show. Cubillas has been on the ball quite a bit already. And Teofilo Cubillas slides on the grass. 1-0 Peru. A good sign in 1978. Velasquez with the assist. There's Dalglish. Buchan. Here's Souness brought into the team today. Good tackle by Mayente. He puts it left to Oblitas. Manzo. Souness in hard. That's what Graham Souness does. Velasquez. La Rosa. Velasquez. Takes it back. Velasquez. Good tackle by Stuart Kennedy. He passes it down the field, but intercepted by Diaz. Out wide to Mayente. Looks for the overlap. And here's Velasquez. Velasquez takes down the right wing. Crosses the ball. And Cubillas is upended by Souness. And it's a penalty. Unbelievable. What a disaster for Scotland. Luckily it's not a tournament. And I actually brought Souness in at the last minute. And this is typical Graham Souness, but he's given away a penalty. That's not typical. Good start for Peru. Cubillas will take the penalty. And he scores! Teofilo Cubillas. Excellent start. And Scotland follows up 2-0 down after 13 minutes. We're going in hard at the moment, and Chupitas will take the free kick for Peru. Here's Duarte inside the Peruvian half. Down the line, Souness intercepts. Sends the ball out to Don Masson. Masson plays it square across the park to Kennedy. Gemmell takes over. Down the line to Kennedy. Kennedy plays it into the box. It's plucked out of the air by Quiroga. Here's the great Chumpitas. Diaz. Oh, dispossessed by Dalglish. Souness. Scotland down 2-0. There's the overlap. Gemmell crosses into the box for Joe Jordan, but good Chumpitas. Away with the header. Don Masson. Here's Souness with a shot. Wide. So Graham Souness having an interesting time. But here's La Rosa. Mayente with all that speed. Down the right sideline. Tackled by Donachie. Here's Stuart Kennedy. Now it says trailing. I'm not sure what that means. Down the right he goes. Long ball. Here's Souness running into the box. Graham Souness. Souness with it still holding off challenges. And Cesar Cueto with a dispossession, but he's fouled in return. Cueto the playmaker to Diaz. Out wide to Chumpitas. He's coming forward. Big tackles coming in from Scotland here at the moment. There's Diaz. Left back Donachie has it. The work rate team rating comes in. And Kobias wins the ball. Monyante back to Kobias. Down the right hand line. And that's going to be a corner. Monyante with the corner. Here's Oblitas. Oh! Headed away by Riok. Duarte. And Kobias again with a header. Wide. So Kobias is causing all kinds of trouble. And now Scotland have it with a breakaway. Jordan is away now for Scotland. Has to travel wide. Tries to cross it in. Ikaruga has it. Cueto deep for Peru. Brings it forward. What a tricky player Cueto is. Buchan takes him down. Cueto repossesses the ball. And again, Buchan has it. To Souness. Souness playing a lovely through ball down the line to Jordan, who turns. It's going to go into the air. Joe Jordan with a run. A left-footed shot from Jordan. Saved by Quiroga. Away by the Peruvian defense. Souness in hard again. Souness got to be careful. He's already on a yellow card. Here's Kobias. And Riok takes it. 33 minutes gone here. Bruce Riok for Scotland. Here's Cueto for Peru. Out left to La Rosa. La Rosa brings it forward. Good tackle by Stuart Kennedy. And Jordan picked it up deep, but he's been dispossessed by Oblitas. Oh, lots of tackles going in here. Here's little Archie Gemmell. Down the right-hand flank. Dribbling all the way, Archie Gemmell. This is what Archie Gemmell does. What a run by Gemmell. Shoots. And Duarte in the middle. Kennedy. Here's Martin Buchan. Saved by Quiroga. Quiroga down the field to La Rosa. He's offside. So anytime I've got to watch Souness because he's getting into all kinds of trouble. Here's Riok. Tackle by Manza. Long pass out to Diaz. And Don Masson dispossesses him. Chumpitas. Again, Riok has control. Hartford tackle by La Rosa, who plays it back. And Quiroga has it. Now I'm trying to see. I've slowed it down. It's letting me now control. Souness. Hartford. Tackled by Cesar Cueto. Here's Duarte. Nice play by Peru. Triangles. Here's Kobias. La Rosa. Looking for the run of Kobias. Kobias. Shoots. No. Plays it wide. Monyante. Oh, they're knocking it about there. Man, look at that first pass. Velasquez. Velasquez with a shot. And what a goal! Jose Velasquez. They were just knocking it around. That was nice to see Peru there on the edge of the box. Just knocking the ball around. First touches. And Velasquez playing in that, what we call the Makalele role, just in front of the back four, has scored. He was a great player, Jose Velasquez. Manzo with the assist. 3-0 Peru. The real score in real life, by the way, was Peru 3, Scotland 1 in the whole game. But I'm going to have to change tack to Souness. It's been excellent, but he's also on a yellow card. And I might have to leave him. No. My brain is telling me take him out. My heart is saying leave him in. Because he's so aggressive. Alright. Auto view. So Jordan kicks off. Scotland trailing 3-0. 1 minute of added time left. Souness. Here's Duarte. Good tackle by Gemmell. But Scotland really are working hard. A lot of their work rate you can see. but it's resulting in a lot of tackles. The Peruvians, however, do have a high work rate. Second half, here's Cueto. So I'm going to keep an eye on the stamina. I don't know if it goes up or down or not. There's Velasquez. And it's out for a kick. There's Rioch. Kennedy. Here's Don Masson. Into the area, Don Masson. This could be right for Scotland. Good tackle by Ruben Diaz. He plays it up the field. Buchan has it. Buchan brings it forward for Scotland. To Dalglish from Liverpool. Gemmell. He's been good today. And Jaime Duarte goes in hard at him. And that'll be a yellow card for the Peruvian. Trying to see if I can control something here. If I can get back in control of Scotland. No. Oh yes, I've got it. It says dead ball. I want to do something with Scotland. Now then, does the stamina change? Soonest is still 33. So I think it keeps their stamina. It's for me to decide whether they've had enough or not. And I'm going to bring on Lou Macari, another Manchester United player, for Graham Souness because of the yellow card. It's hard to say. John Robertson was an outstanding player. I mean, this team was good in name. He's only an 82, though. But he can play, as you can see there. So Scotland made 2 changes. Oh, that hit the wall. And Cueto has it now on a free kick. Cobillas dribbling forward. Out wide. Oh, Cobillas, nice trick. To Cueto. And a penalty again. Donachie brings down Cueto. Cesar Cueto. Upended inside the box. And it's going to be yet another penalty. Cobillas! It's a goal! Scotland trailing 4-0. We've taken off Souness. Here's Dalglish. Kennedy, tackled by Oblitus, covering him. Gemmell to Robertson. Robertson down the line. This is AI versus AI. Here's Dalglish. With a shot over the bar. Masson has it. Good tackle by Chumpitas. So there's Lou Macari. Kennedy. Macari. John Robertson. Upended by Munyante there, who gets it away. Duarte for Peru. There's Diaz. Buchan intercepts. Diaz gets it back for Peru. Macari with a strong tackle. Here's Diaz. Gemmell with a tackle. Velasquez has it. A tackle by Oblitas. So both teams have tackled quite heavily today. 10 shots to Peru. So you can change where they're aiming if I take control. With Scotland, I'm going to take control. Made 2 subs. I still need to work out what sub percentage means. I guess it means we're subbed 33% of the time. Okay, got it. ST means starting. Starting percentage. What are the odds they will start? That's what it means. Substitute. So it's got nothing to do with stamina. It makes sense now. I've worked it out myself. Which is part of what this is all about. So what I'm saying is this, right, okay. So just look at the stats. Sandy Jardine, who was a great right back, is a much better defender, in my opinion, than Stuart Kennedy. And they've rated him such. Beginning to make sense now. Starting percentage, substitute percentage, I think. That makes sense. So what it's saying is, Bakari was a substitute in one game. He started one game and obviously didn't play in the other. Right, that beginning to make sense. I don't know what all of these means other than keep ratings on a short, long basis, or how aggressive they are at keeping the ball. It's beginning to make sense. We've seen Gemmell make quite a lot of runs. So 77 is pretty good. But there's some good players down here too. Dalglish shooting. It's beginning to make a lot of sense now, folks. The more you play the game, the easier it gets. Okay. Sandra Jardine comes on, maybe a bit late. We're going to go attacking, not defensive. Attacking can go balanced. I'm not sure what this quite means yet. So we're going to press Peru. We're going to favour it down the right-hand side, Gemmell's side. Already is set that way, fine. It's Macari, it's Dalglish. Rioch. Buchan, they're coming forward, Scotland. Bit late. Here's Gemmell. It's Diaz. And now substitution. This time the computers made it for Peru. So I don't believe they make the substitution enough. So I'm going to keep an eye on Peru now. Every time the ball goes dead, from here on, I'm going to make a sub, if I can. Peru, Manyante is a home rule. It's coming off. It's had a good game, Manyante, for Gariti. Here's a goal kick from Quiroga. Buchan has it. Here's Joe Jordan in his own half. He's got an aggressive keep on, which is 16. So there's a -1 applied to it. Save. So here we go. Diaz for the header. Over his own bar. That begins to make sense now. Here's Dalglish. Save. That means keep. Here's Ablitas. Is offside. Rioch. Joe Jordan. Brings it forward again. 68 minutes gone. Oblitas doing some good work in the defence. He knows attacking. And Duarte upended by Gemmell. Gemmell's had a lot of free kicks against him. Cueto to Diaz. Corbias. Out left to Duarte, the left back. Cuts inside. And he's tackled by Martin Buchan. And Corbias will take the free kick. And that's a long way out. Captured by Ruff. Ruff kicks it out. Diaz has it now for Peru. Manzo down the right flank. Corbias collects it. Manzo and a good tackle by Donachie. And Corbias retaliates and a free kick. Another Peru substitution. So here we go. We're seeing the substitutions now. That's the second one for Peru. Good to see. Juan Hablitas comes off. Hugo Sotil, the veteran forward from Barcelona, comes on. Donachie out wide to Don Masson. Masson to Duarte. Duarte to Garidi. Cueto. He's upended by Rioch. Macari and Garidi. So big midfield battles going on all over the place. Masson out to Rioch. To Macari. To Don Masson. Masson comes forward. There's Martin Buchan. To Jordan. His shot. Saved. Here's Robertson. To Donachie. It's wide. Here's Manzo for Peru. They lead 4-0. Plays it back to Quiroga. Quiroga brings it out. Plays it high. Caridi has it for Peru. He's upended by Buchan. Yet another foul. The 14th foul by Scotland. And Velasquez just standing on the ball to Cueto as they kill time. Diaz. Buchan fights his way back. Here's Macari. Good tackle by Velasquez. Cueto has lots of tackles going in now. Ryuk. That's Masson. Here's Joe Jordan. Tackled by Hugo Sotil. And Jordan is rolling around on the floor. On the pitch. And he's going to come off. Very unusual. Joe Jordan being such a tough competitor. I don't see him off the ball yet. Duarte and Gamo. Oh, we've had 3 substitutions. There's only 3 allowed. Oh no, they're letting me make another one. Only 3 allowed. Why is it that? So in 1978, that was what was allowed. Oh dear. So Jordan's going to have to see out the game, as he did in those days. Chompitas. Plays it back. Peru just killing the game now. There's the great Hector Chompitas. Plays it forward. And Sotil dispossessed. Don Masson. Guarini picks it up again. The Peruvians just playing the ball around, taunting the Scots. It's 4-0. Duarte playing all the way back, and a cascade of boos around the stadium. But they have been entertained today. Peru have thoroughly spanked Scotland. Here's Duarte to Cueto to Velasquez to Duarte, standing on the ball, passing it back arrogantly to Velasquez. So the good game. Velasquez all the way back. It's 4-0. So they're just showing off to the crowd now. The Scots visibly frustrated. There are 3 minutes of added time together. This is AI versus AI. 1978, Peru versus Scotland. Quiroga with the ball to La Rosa. Takes it on his chest. Chips it forward to Guarini. Again, he plays it back. La Rosa, first time ball back to the keeper. They're not interested in the 5th goal. They've punished the Scots enough. Very dejected Scots with Joe Jordan up front limping around. And finally the ball's in possession of Alan Ruff. Ryuk. But there's no Jordan. And Masson goes in hard on the player. Here's Hugo Sotil. Barcelona Petrosa. Doesn't go forward. He will stop and kick it back to Guarini. And Guarini all the way back to defense. So guys who are coming in late or you're just interested in soccer, that's the end of the first friendly match between Peru and Scotland. Peru thoroughly spanked Scotland. Peru 78 4, Scotland nothing. So that formation change I did for Peru seemed to work, with Velasquez dropping into the Makelele position, and it has worked. So once the game is over, you get a report. Now what I noticed was Tens did not substitute a lot. In that game it did work, but I had to engineer Souness's substitution because Souness was way too aggressive. But yeah, very interesting actually. I enjoyed it a lot actually, more than I thought. In fact, I enjoyed it the other night. I was playing with Leeds of 70s Leeds. But Peru was the team that I liked. I liked their kit. they have a diagonal red stripe that runs across their jersey. That's always entertaining. Many people over the years, lots of fans of that kit. Scotland had a very interesting kit, the blue and the red and the white. I think it was red socks, I think. It was white shorts and blue shirts. But very interesting all the same to see how this all played out. I could definitely relate what I was seeing on screen to the players. I began to understand the ratings a bit better. I already knew the defence ratings and so forth. It's a bit different to the other games I've played, like Soccer Blast. But you can now get the stats of the game, like Chumpatas, who is a world-class defender. I know that from history. He had a keep of 1, 7 passes, 1 pass long. I don't know what KPS means. So eventually I'll work that out eventually. In terms of the results, here are the highlights. So let's have a look. I need to get closer. The first goal was scored at 7 minutes. Shot by Cabillas, assisted by Vasquez. Scotland had lost possession. There was a penalty given away. And the foul by Souness, who was very aggressive in the game. But Graham Souness is aggressive. Cabillas took the penalty. There was another goal in the 44th minute. Good wing play by Manzo. He passed to Velasquez. Velasquez shot. Another assist by Manzo. So a couple of penalties there, but Cabillas, let's see, Cabillas got 2 goals or 3? Well, 3 goals, got a hat-trick. What a nice one. So did I enjoy that out of 10? I think I'm going to give it an 8, actually. I really enjoyed it. And I was playing mostly as AI, and then trying to do the substitutions or tactics for both teams. So I set out doing the tactics for both teams, choosing the players. I began to work out what ST percentage means, which means start percentage. You know, I don't see any stamina in the game, actually. It's more about how you choose the team at the start. So that was really good. I really, really enjoyed that. So I'll take a break and I'll be back. So thanks for watching. If you joined us late, I've been doing quite a lot of these over